Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. This week we are talking about the top 3 regrets brides have after they have gone through the wedding dress shopping experience along with after wedding day. These are the 3 regrets that brides tell me all the time. Before we dive into this week's topic, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below. Let me know if there's any video topics or any content you'd like me to create for you. I am here for you, guiding you along the way, leading up to your special day. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so honored that you have found me. I am, of course, a wedding fashion expert, and I wear many different hats at LOVELLA Bridal, located in Los Angeles, California. I am completely and utterly obsessed with what I do for a living. I have been styling brides for over a decade, and it's just the most beautiful thing to be styling women in the most important article of clothing they will ever wear. For daily content, please be sure to follow at LOVELLA Bridal, at LOVELLA Plus, and at Wedding Fashion Expert on Instagram. The top 3 regrets that brides tell me consistently after wedding day. Number 1, that they purchased an item that they had originally seen with a store that was very reputable, or the original stylist showed them at another store because another store offered it for less. Regret number 1, and I'm going to explain why. Regret number 2 is not wearing a veil on wedding day. Regret number 3 is picking a gown based on a family member's opinion or based on price and not going with the dress that they felt the most beautiful in. Let's go back to regret number 1. This is something that I hear all the time. Brides will come in at LOVELLA Bridal, we show them dresses or an overskirt, a veil. It happens all the time, and brides decide that they want to go price shopping to see if they can find it for less somewhere else. Let's quick address pricing. Our manufacturers set the MSRP in which we sell items at. We are not supposed to be discounting. So if you find items that are not being quoted the proper pricing or the consistent pricing, you should ask why. Sometimes stores accidentally have a typo. That has happened before. Or if you're seeing that a store has things that are significantly less than what you've seen elsewhere, that is also a sign of desperation and a business not doing well. A true store that cares about their relationships with the designers and a store that cares about staying in business is going to honor the relationship with their designers and keep it at the MSRP, because we get in serious trouble and can have the collection taken out of our stores if we are not selling at the appropriate price points. You want to pay more for a better experience. You want to pay the price that it's supposed to be because you are shopping that store over and over and over again. I spoke about this in last week's video about what to expect when you go wedding dress shopping for the first time. You are going to be going into that store over and over and over again. You are going to see the people over and over and over again leading up to your wedding day. That being said, brides that have picked based on price, they have DM'd me and told me that that was their biggest regret, that they went based on price and not the quality of service or the location. So do yourselves a favor, pick from a store that is reputable, trustworthy, and you're going to want to go back to over and over again, because this is not a decision just on price. This is also an experience. This is a very unique purchase in the sense that you don't just make the purchase and walk out. You have to be trusting these people to order the dress properly, to make sure that everything comes in beautifully. There is a lot that goes into it. So if you are only looking at the dollar and the discount, you're going to get into some trouble, because I wouldn't be talking about this video if I didn't get constant DMs about brides who have been through the experience and have asked me to create a video on this, telling other brides to purchase and pay more if you have to, but from a store that's reputable and the experience that you love. Let's talk about regret number 2, veils. So many brides after wedding day tell me that their biggest regret was that they didn't wear a veil down the aisle. Many brides who try on veils in store, they feel like it's not them. Of course it's not going to be you because you've never worn a veil before. And so you're not going to naturally gravitate towards it. Some people may. There are brides who try on a veil and just connect very deeply with it. And others look in the mirror and go, I don't know, it just feels like a lot of fabric, doesn't really feel like me. Totally a natural and okay reaction to have. However, I encourage you to take photos of the veils just because it doesn't feel like you in person. And yes, I do talk about how things make you feel is very important. But what's interesting is that brides who didn't feel a veil suited them in person, they get their photos from their photographer 6 to 8 weeks after wedding day, and they feel like something's missing in those photos. And that's when they come back and they tell me, gosh, Nayri, I really wish that I had done the veil and put the veil on because I feel like the photos are so naked walking down the aisle without the veil. I encourage you to try it on. If it doesn't connect with you the first time, maybe try to identify what you're not liking about the veil and try to find something that maybe fits and is a little bit more comfortable to your liking. But definitely look at photos of other brides without a veil and with a veil so that you don't have that regret after you get married. Regret number 3, purchasing a dress based on people's opinions, loved ones' opinions. Maybe it's your fiance's opinion or price point. Sometimes people chime in on how much you should spend, and that sways your decision. I can't tell you how many times I have experienced a bride throughout the alteration process or the gown inspection process when they come in to see their dress and they feel so anxious and so upset about their decision because they didn't pick the original dress they loved for whatever the reason may be, whether it's opinions, funds, delivery date maybe, whatever the reasoning. They end up walking down the aisle in a gown that they don't love and they don't feel beautiful in. So you've spent all this money on a dress that you don't love, where maybe if you had spent a little bit more or ignored someone else's opinion, you could have had the dress that you love and that's what you'd be walking down the aisle in. Sometimes I have brides that are walking down the aisle in a gown that they don't love. Other times I have brides buy the original dress that they wanted. That means now they've purchased 2 dresses and they sell the dress that they don't want to wear on wedding day and they buy the new one. Do yourself a favor. Do not find yourself in these 3 scenarios of regret. These are 3 of the most common I see on a consistent basis, to the point where I wouldn't number 1, 2, and 3, literally 1, 2, or 3 in that order. I would say that all of these consistently happen on a regular basis pretty equally. I hope that you take these into consideration. I have had so many brides ask me to make a video on this who have experienced this to prevent future brides from going through this heartache and remorse and regret. I hope that you found this video helpful. For more videos like this, please be sure to tune in every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will see you in next week's video.